Man,
it almost
I
looks
feel
like
like we're
glass.
probably our own worst enemy here. We're gonna be
You certainly
second
are.
guessing everything. Well, I'm your worst enemy for sure.
10 seconds. You have 10 seconds to guess which one of these is completely 3D. The other two are totally real. 3 seconds left. Write them down. 1 second.
Jesus.
Time's up.
Thank you for
haven't written
giving us
down?
time,
Mark, you're
Chris.
still writing? Let's start with you, Nico. What do you got? Number 2. Nico thinks number 2 is fake. Nico, can you tell us why you thought number 2 is fake?
The coloration of the second apple looks a little too saturated, and I don't see as much
Coloration.
highlight on the top of the apple. I also don't 3D model, and my eyesight is terrible.
Okay, let's go to our guest contestant, Mark Thorson of Digital Cube Media. Mark, what did you guess?
One.
Mark thinks number 1 is the fake. Mark, can you tell us why you thought number 1 was fake?
I don't know, it's a tough one, but something about the ambient occlusion on the lower side of the apple, how it's not as dark as it should be.
Right around here?
Yeah.
Okay, so the ambient occlusion is throwing Mark Thorson off. He thinks this apple is completely fake. Let's go to our final contestant, Adrian Jensen of ProductionCrate.com. Adrian, what number did you guess?
Why don't you guess what I guess?
I think you guessed number 1.
I guess number 3.
Adrian guessed number 3.
Yes.
The green apple. Adrian, why did you think number 3 was fake?
Okay, first of all, full disclosure, this is the image that I accidentally saw, but I forgot which one is fake. Also, the ambient occlusion, I feel like it's not the same color as the ambient occlusion on the other two, and it doesn't seem to spread out as much, and it seems a bit darker to me. Also, whoever heard of a green apple? I think it's number 3.
Okay, green apples are fake. So we have one guess for each apple. Is that correct? 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for the reveal?
So ready.
I'm not.
Number 1 is the CGI apple.
Oh my goodness.
Mark Thorson, our guest contestant, guess number 1. That is 1 point for you guys. Nico, guess number 2. That is 1 point for Production Crate. I'll just say 0, 0. And then Adrian guessed number 3, which is 1 point for Production Crate.
So you painted it or something?
1 to 0.
Why is it green?
This apple was completely 3D. These two are totally real. The way we created this was using a 360 camera, a chrome ball, and a gray ball to get perfect reference. We moved these apples around so we would have a reference in this exact place for shadowing. David, our wonderful 3D artist.
Maybe that's what I saw. I saw
Yep.
the.
I was hoping you saw the reference images.
I didn't know there was decoy images.
So that is 1 point to Production Crate, 1-0.
You know what's interesting is that green apple too, the reflection is quite different. So I almost jumped on that, but that's just the difference of the surfaces of the apple, right?
Man,
And it almost
I
looks
feel like we're
glass.
probably our own worst enemy here. We're gonna be
You certainly
second
are.
guessing everything. Well, I'm your worst enemy for sure.
And 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, which is totally 3D. 2,
Last
1.
minute change.
Okay, you guys all got your guesses down?
Yep.
All right, this time let's start with Mark Thorson. Mark, what did you guess?
Oh, real challenging one here. But I'm going with. I'm going with number 2.
Number 2. Mark Thorson guessed number 2 is the fake banana. Mark, why did you think number 2 is fake?
Something about the lighting, but I'm really not sure. Something about the
something
lighting
about
on
the
the top
lighting.
of the apple,
Gotcha.
or the top of the banana.
Okay.
That's different than 1 and 2.
So
Or 1
this
and 3.
one just stands out because the lighting seems different, maybe a little brighter,
Less
maybe the contrast isn't
contrast.
right. Let's go with Adrian next. Adrian, what did you guess?
Okay, it's a very hastily written number 2.
That
because,
looks like a 2.
because I changed at the very last second.
Can I ask what you had before you changed it to 2?
It was number 1.
So
I
Adrian
just-
thought number 1 and then switched it to number 2.
So I immediately looked at the image, and number 1 just stood out as being cartoonish to me. So I wrote down number 1, and then I looked back up, and suddenly it looks so real. So I switched it to number 2 at the last second, and to me the banana itself looks pretty good, but I think the shadow around it isn't as much as on the other two. But it's hard to say because the shape is different as well. So the shadow would be different, you know?
Okay, so possibly the lighting, possibly the shadow, possibly just a trick of the eye threw Adrian off from number 1 to make him believe it's number 2.
Yep, it's a nervous number 2.
A nervous 2. And our final contestant, Nico. Nico, what did you guess?
I also wrote 2.
2. 3 2s. Number 2. Nico, why? Why is this one fake?
I'm gonna be real with you. I panicked.
Panic. Okay.
I had a banana. I had a panic banana attack.
Nico's banana was split. He could not make up his mind, and he chose number 2. 3 for number 2. Are you guys ready to see what the CGI banana is?
Yes, please.
Number 3 is the CG banana.
Oh my gosh,
Whoa.
we're getting killed.
This banana was built totally using brute force lighting. No 360 camera or HDRI was involved. This was just done because there is one light source, so David was able to easily composite it in. This banana and the apple are both available on Render Crate to download, by the way. 3 more points to Production Crate. It is 4-0. 3 cups. We have 10 seconds. Go. Which cup is fake? Number 1, number 2, number 3. You have 4 seconds left to decide. Write them down before the clock is up, and we're stopping. All right, let's start with you, Nico. Which do you think it is? 1, 2, or 3?
My guess is 3.
Nico believes number 3 is the fake glass. Nico, can you explain to us why you think number 3 is fake?
The reason I think it's fake is there's something about the way that the shadows cast on the table that doesn't look right to me, and also I feel like the way that the light looks relative to the other 2 cups seems a little too different.
So the lighting on the table itself, and then something to do with the shadows on the table and the lighting with the cup,
Yes.
looks too different than 1 and 2, so you believe number 3 is the fake glass.
Yes.
Interesting. Mark, what did you guess?
Well, number 1.
Mark went with number 1. Mark, why do you think number 1 is fake?
Somewhat of the tint of the the thickness of the glass at the lower end, and then also I don't know, it's probably 3, but number 1, it lacks the amount of kind of roughness map. I mean, those
Okay.
roughness maps on the other ones can seem more intense.
So number 1, the roughness doesn't seem right. The glass seems maybe a little too thick. Overall, it just doesn't seem to be real. All right, and our final contestant, Adrian, what do you think it is? 1, 2, or 3? Adrian guessed number 1. Adrian, why do you think number 1 is fake?
I looked at the picture and immediately I noticed that number 1 was much cleaner than the other 2, but now that I've looked at it for more than 2 seconds, I think Nico's right.
Are you guys ready to see what the fake glass was?
Yeah, it's number 2.
yeah.
Number 2 is
come
the
on,
fake
Matt.
glass.
The realist one is always
This glass was completely 3D. These 2 glasses do
There it
look
is.
fairly different and have the shadows and the reflection. I actually guessed this wrong when I saw it the first time as well. This was a tough one, but unfortunately, that does mean Production Crate gets 3 more points. The current score is 7-0. You guys are all getting your butts kicked collectively right now. So
Don't you have a point, Mark?
Yeah.
I'm doing it where I minus a point
Yeah.
to even
So it
out.
evens out.
Yeah. If you guys get 1 point and we get 1, it's 0-0.
cornhole.
But if we're 1 up, then it's 1. Like if you guys get 0 points and we get 1 point, then it's 1 us. If we get 3 points and you get 1
So-
point, it's 2 points to us.
So one side is always 0?
No,
It'd either be
no,
8
no.
to
Like
1, 8 to 1, or 7 to 0.
if you guys got all 3 right on the next one, then it would be 4-0. So you would kind of
Okay.
take away. It's like shuffleboard, I think. I don't know. Maybe we'll do the scoring different next time.
Chrissy would play shuffleboard.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6. Which canister is fake? Is it 1, 2, or 3? It's completely 3D. Go ahead and guess, and time is up. Let's start with you, Adrian. Which did you guess? 1, 2, or 3?
To me, number 1 looks super fake, so I picked number 2.
Number 2. Adrian picks number 2 because number 1 looks super fake. I have to admit, I don't follow your logic.
I think that David might have made number 2 look super realistic in an effort to trick us.
Ah, the old making it look real to look real trick. It's a good
Yeah.
one.
I think number 2 is fake, even though it looks very good.
Nico, what do you think? 1, 2, or 3?
My pick is also number 2.
Number 2. So we have 2 for number 2. Nico, can you tell us why you think number 2 is fake?
The more that I look at the picture, the more that one just stands out to me more so than the others. I have a feeling that I'm going to be incorrect, and you guys tricked me with the focal depth.
It's a gut feeling. He's not sure why. The focal depth might be throwing him off because this was shot pretty shallow, as you can tell. Nico's guess is number 2. Mark Thorson, our final contestant. What is your guess?
Rolling with number 1.
Mark Thorson's guess is number 1.
I agree with Nico. The focal depth was a little bit of a confusion element. Number 2 looks rougher. The surface looks rougher, but the reflection is cleaner. Now number 1 looks smoother, but the reflection is rougher. So the wood on the right side of number 1 is kind of like jagged, where if you look at the wood on the right side of number 2, it's a smooth line. It should be the opposite.
Mark's guess is number 1. Are you guys ready to see which is the fake?
Rats.
Number 2 is the fake!
Oh,
This was Bell using the 360 camera. We were able to capture this scene fully and map it directly onto the canister itself. David did a wonderful job of matching the perspective and the lighting. The fake was number 2. So that was 2 guesses for number 2 and 1 guess for number 1. That is 1 point to the contestants, which means it is 6-0. You guys are catching up very slowly. This final one is
Double?
let's do double. That's good. This final
All or
one is
nothing.
double. This is worth 2 points. If you guys get
The
it fully
scoring
right,
system
Don't
doesn't
screw it
make
up.
any sense.
this game's
None of this,
rigged.
none of what he's saying matters right now.
if you guys if you guys get 6 points, it's 0-0, and then we go into bonus round. Yeah. Spot the
Bonus
fake.
round is virtual reality.
Yeah.
We should do a VR episode, dude.
10 seconds, spot the fake. This is a double point round. You get 2 points if you guess it correctly, 0 points if you get it wrong. You have 3 seconds left. If is it the knife, the fork, or the spoon? Time is up. Markers down. Let's see what you guys got. Starting with Mark Thorson. 1, 2,
It's the
or
flower
3.
pot on the top right.
Mark thinks it's the flower
Go
pot.
on, number 3.
Number 3, the
getting a-
spoon.
Really strange reflection at the lower end of where the spoon head meets the handle.
Right
Kind
here.
of a circular thing.
So there's some strange geometry or lighting within the spoon that is making Mark think
And-
that number 3 is the fake.
And also the dirt map on the lower handle. I think for the past couple of things, he's been really dirtying these things up. So I think it's overdone.
Okay,
Like that.
and the spoon is too dirty. No silverware should be that nasty. That must be fake. Mark is going with number 3. Let's go with you, Adrian. What do you guess? 1, 2, or 3?
It's another hastily written number.
A sideways M, possibly, or a 3.
This is the result of me changing my mind at the last second.
What was it before? 2?
I had number 1, the knife.
You had 1 and you switched
Yeah.
it to 3, I
Yes,
believe.
but my reasoning is the spoon looks like it would be very easy to model, whereas the other two have kind of extra detail on them, and there's no extra detail on that spoon.
Adrian's going with the psychological angle. The spoon would be the easiest to create
Although-
in 3D compared to the knife or the fork. Therefore, the lazy artists that we are, we most likely went with the spoon.
It also kind of seems like there's a reflection of a person in the spoon that is not present in the other two.
There also appears to be a reflection in the spoon that seems exclusive to the spoon and is not within the other 2 pieces of silverware. What do you at home think? Is it number 1, 2, or 3? Please let us know in the comments below. We'll wait. All right, Nico, what do you guess it is? 1, 2, or 3?
My guess is also 3.
Nico's guess is also the spoon. We have 3 guesses for 3. Nico, tell us why you thought the spoon was fake.
I mean, a lot of it is conjecture. It looks like the shiniest silverware from the same set, which doesn't seem right. Definitely more reflective than the other 2, so it makes it stand out more. If you told me that this whole composition was fake, I'd believe it. Like, it just seems
That's my
off.
secret conspiracy theory, actually. I think the whole thing is fake.
Yeah,
Okay.
I said it on camera. If I'm right, Chris is cheating.
All right, so Nico's guess is number 3 as well. The brightness seems to be too much. It seems a little overexposed compared to the other 2 items, but he does believe this whole thing is a conspiracy and every single item is fake, which he didn't write down, so it doesn't count. All right, let's find out who is right and who is wrong. Are you guys ready to spot the fake?
Let's do it.
Number 2 was the fake. The fork was completely 3D. It will be available on Render Crate if you don't have a fork. This was again lit using our HDRI technique.
Nuts.
I actually guessed 2.
Rats.
Rats! We got nuts, we got rats, and we got a time traveler. That is 6 more points to Production Crate for a total of 12-0. Production Crate wins. How do you think we did? Do you want to see more of these? Let us know in the comments below. What was your final score? I'd love to hear it. All right, any final comments, you guys?
I never once suspected that fork.
I need to learn more about some 3D.
I just say well done.
Well
Tough.
done.
This is all good.
Thank you all for participating.
Yay. It's a great time to be alive.
Yeah.